See if we can get through this. So I wrote a bunch of stuff down. One of the fun things I did with the guys that found out about me 5 years ago or whatever, back in April, I think 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, but I think five, was create mathematical systems. So what we realized is aliens studying all these societies, and each of our societies invented our own mathematical systems, invented our own hammers, invented our own computers, invented our own TVs and stuff, right? And although we're all copying the machine head, we're all copying the farmers, we're all copying, you know, each other, we're all copying the alien that wants us to build computers and stuff and dimensions and stuff. One of the things that he gets is the creation of mathematical systems. You know what I mean? The farmer gets all these different mathematical systems. Or so what we do is we create our own mathematical systems and try to emulate this and try to create like alien figures, and like we study our cultures, and we might like start adding ticks, and then this tick means like 12. This tick means 12, this tick means 7. Have these abstract figures, or put together a little bit of a puzzle of what we want the figures to be. And as well as the 0 to 10, right? We do 0 to 11, 0 to 7, 0 to 15, and we create these mathematical systems. And basically we want to see what the different systems, what calculations they're better at, these different systems. We want to try to create systems that are better at calculating certain numbers than other systems are, and the differences between the systems and the benefits that they get from looking at a whole bunch of mathematical systems. We want to get those benefits. So I want to be quicker here. So how much time? I'll do some bling bling stuff. This is why I don't have time, is we have all this bling bling stuff here. But bling bling wears a red and yellow short hat. So a short hat with a propeller on it, diamond glasses, diamond teeth, with Spock-like hair. He's got Spock-like hair. He's like that kid from Ariel's System of a Down. He kind of looks like that as a kid. He's an adopted child to a single black mother. So he's an adopted white child to a single black mother. He's the 7th of 7 adopted children. He's not the youngest children, but he's lucky number 7. And he actually never says the N-word until he gets caught in the no new nixers, no new nisms. Say it until he gets blackface. So until he gets blackfaced, whenever he gets blackfaced for being a blackface. Sorry that I threw blackface into bling bling. Didn't mean to do that. That was sort of just an accident from being opposite of Dave Chappelle. But anyway, Z is like his Q in Bond. So like that super crazy technology guy. He's got a super crazy technology guy called Z. So he goes to Z to pick up the fart stain lasers, including a special attachment to pick up the smell and transfer the smell to. He's got a bodyguard named You Down. Like, yes, we do. You down. Yes, we down. And, oh yeah, that brings me up. That reminds me of Loco Emotions, where I was saying some blah 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 stuff, and then I'm like, oh yeah, and then I guess I'm supposed to bring Loco Emotions, my two crazy bodyguards there. And when bling bling goes overboard, instead of needles and drugs, he's got half-eating Twizzlers with like raspberry syrup leaking out of them, and like sugar crackers or crackers or whatever splattered across the table. And everything's clean like a cokehead. If you know that some cokeheads are like really about being sanitized, perfectly clean, like, so if they can do coke on every counter or something. Everything's like that, like perfectly sanitized, everything except for the splattered crackers and not crackers, but cracker jack or spark or candy sparks or whatever. So okay, so this is one of the things that I was actually wanted to get into. I just invested in Generative Thought. So this is unique, individual. It can be even collective or representative, or like structural, or like a formula. Like a lot of generative thought can come from formulas, whether you like it or not, or a recipe or a casting, um, but not a copycat. But not a copycat thought. So I noticed a commercial where somebody was jumping out of a cake. Well, I've seen somebody jump out of a cake in a movie. I've seen somebody jump out of a cake on this TV show. I've seen somebody jump out of a cake over here. I've seen somebody jump out of the cake all over the place. You know what I mean? If you're jumping out of like, um, you know, cotton candy wall covered in peanut butter, burning with a burning diesel ring that you were floating backwards like David Blaine magic through. You know what I mean? That's a generative thought. I just generated that thought. Nobody ever seen that before. That's what I did. So I want to invest in thinking in that sort of generative thought. So that's one of the things I actually invested in. You know, we might tweak and master this sort of way of thinking, come up with formulas, sort of thing, to generate thoughts. But this will give us a DNA on. This will give us a DNA. It'll sort of give us our colors. It'll sort of give us our like style. You'll see what our style is, what our makeup is, when we use generative thought instead of like a collection of the best ideas around. Use your own creative ideas. It's just like sound design or something, creating the original sound instead of using other people's sound ideas. You know what I mean? So it's like, this is also like thinking in truth. One of the things I had was about karma is like not telling a lie and thinking in truth. So you can get so good at telling the karmatic truth and knowing what the truth about what you said and the truth about what other people are saying through karma, that you can literally think in truth, that every thought that you think is a truthful, accurate, and precise thought. Even if it's about a God you've never heard about, the first time you think about this God you've never heard about, you can figure out everything about this God, and you know if it's true and you know if it's false, and you're thinking in truth. The power of thinking in truth and thinking into the unknown, and anything you can think of, you can decipher the truth about. You know what I mean? In all of known existence, in all of wherever this karma machine exists, you can decipher the truth on everything. So, so that's what this is like. Thinking in generative thought is a lot like thinking in truth. It's like something to invest in and try to achieve and so forth. Oh yeah, the farmer. So I missed something about the farmer. I might have missed this. That he was like, "We'll just do this." Oh yeah, where he's only interested in you a little bit. Maybe if you entertain him, he'll be over there. If you do something entertaining, he'll come and see what you're doing. This is a guy that put us here through DNA. Like DNA planted us through a different dimension, and we're natural to him, but we're planted to him, but we're natural to us and this alien. This farmer also planted the alien. He planted the alien that landed here and stuck a machine up our ass. He also planted him on a different planet. So this farmer's farmer field is like a section of galaxy. You know what I mean? It's at least a section of galaxy. It's huge. So, but you know, the art of farming is like a baby, where I was saying you have to invite a baby and you have to take care of the baby. Well, farmers even less than that. Is like, I only like you a little bit. Plus, I want a whole bunch of you to live like this. You know what I mean? And like, he invites you here and you're like, hey, how's it going? He's like, see you later. You know, that's pretty much how the farmer is, right? See you later. And now hopefully you can take care of yourself, right? You know what I mean? Hopefully it's entertaining too, you know what I mean? So he doesn't care about you at all. He's not inviting any, he's drugging people, he's manipulating life to get more life, right? So he's not actually building a universe the way you're supposed to build a universe per se. And you know, and what I'm saying is like, compared to how you want other people to exist, like the fact that you get other people to exist like that is just awful. Like, if you want the best people to come here, if you want the most respected people to come here, you don't treat them, you don't farm them, you don't breed them, you invite them here. You try to get the most reputable people from all the existential universes that you can reach to come to this universe, and you know, you do fantastic things to make it happen, and you take care of these people when they get there, you take care of these animals, whatever they are, you take care of all the life forms, right? You don't necessarily treat them like that, and when you treat people like that, you don't necessarily get the best people. Like I mentioned, that I'm not a farmer, I'm a dick. Ted. I always mention that, Ted. part to mention that I'm a dick and addicted. So I don't have time for the truth disposition, but we'll maybe get to that in the next video.